Now, after the distribution of the duties, we did everything in oral communication. That in this particular project, we have a team of 5 persons and each person has certain responsibilities. Now, in any case, something wrong happened in that project. Now, we don't have anything in written. We don't have any legal proof of the responsibilities of each and every person. How can we make out that who is responsible for what? How can we find out the mistake that this person was appointed for this particular thing and this is his mistake? We are not able to point out because we don't have anything in written. We have no legal proof. So to decide the responsibility, we have to go through the written communication to make everything on record. So in that case, this is the limitation of oral communication, where we cannot keep record as well as we cannot decide the responsibility, that if something wrong happened, then who is responsible for this. Now, another example for this same thing. Now suppose we are dealing with some another company, and that company received a call from our company regarding to any XYZ reason. Now both of them talked on phone, no record as such, and whatever information that they got, that information was totally incorrect. Now how they will decide that who is responsible behind that? Okay, then they identify the person who is talking on the another side. And if on the other side, if I receive some letter from any XYZ person, I can show that letter, that see, I have received that letter, that person has written all these things in this letter, and he is responsible for this. So we can decide the responsibility, we can fix the responsibility. And in oral communication, that is not possible. So this is again the limitation of oral communication. Now further, disadvantage of oral communication, it cannot be referred in future. As I said that suppose you are in the college and the teacher is giving you the lecture. If you have prepared the notes, you can refer the notes in future. Even your junior can refer the notes. But you don't have notes regarding to any particular topic. You are not able to dictate all the same informations to another person. You are not able to pass on the same information to the another person. Or even after 1 year, you cannot recall the same things. Now suppose if 6 months back we held a meeting and we discuss some very important points in that, we discuss some very important ideas in that, and after 1 year, if we want to refer all those points, are we able to do that? No, until and unless if we don't have a written record. So in oral communication, it cannot be referred in future. So generally, oral communication is not recorded in any form. Hence, it cannot be referred in future for any purpose. If that is recorded one, then it's okay. Then we can refer. But if it is not recorded one, then in any XYZ case, we cannot refer in future for any XYZ purpose. Further, few more disadvantage we'll discuss about the oral communication. That is, in oral communication, especially suppose that we are doing communication and suppose we have disturbance. lots of noise is there. So in that case, I won't be able to communicate orally. In that case, I have to communicate in written form. So these are the certain limitation where we can say that it is better to communicate in written. Now through this advantage and disadvantage, you can also find out the difference between oral communication and written communication. So oral communication, on the one side we have lots of advantage, like once again I'm repeating all the advantages that it saves money, it saves time, you can get immediate feedback, we can do communication with illiterate people also, we can convey the message to them also who is not educated one. It's very flexible, we can change the way of communication, we can change the words, we can change the language according to the person. So these are the certain advantage where we will always prefer oral communication. But as I said that oral communication had advantage, but it has limitation also. There are certain points where we will not prefer oral communication. So if any case, if we need legal proof, we will always prefer written communication. If in any case we need record, we will prefer written communication. If we'll want to refer the things in future, we will prefer written communication. So on the one side, oral communication is easy, is very flexible. You can get the feedback because you are doing orally through the voice modulation or through the facial expression, you can get the feedback. You can make the person understand, you can solve that query that very moment. But on the other side, it has disadvantage also. So in our today's topic, we discussed about the oral communication, what is the meaning of oral communication, what are the ways of oral communication, that through face-to-face communication, through telephonic communication, through telephones, through meetings, through interviews. These are the way where we communicate orally. And after that, we also discuss about the advantage and the limitation of oral communication. Still, because of this advantage, there are certain things where we'll always prefer oral communication because of the advantage. For example, interviews. Now, why always like people conduct the interviews orally? Because of all these advantage which we have in oral communication. So once again, I will repeat the main points of oral communication. That is, it is time saving, it saves money, it is more effective tool for controlling, it provides immediate feedback, it is flexible, it is suitable for group communication, it provides goodwill for the organization, we can bring more clarification through oral communication, oral communication is natural and immediate, and we can resolve so many things through oral communication by discussing face to face. So these are the advantage of oral communication. If we talk about limitation, that is, sometimes it consumes more time and money. Oral communication cannot be retained for a long time. It has no legal validity. It has great chances of misunderstanding. Not easy to fix responsibility for mistake. It cannot be referred in future. That's it. So I hope that you understood the topic well. So in verbal communication, two kinds of communication, oral and written communication. And today we discuss about the oral communication, its meaning, its types, as well as the advantage and disadvantage. Thank you.
Sandhan. All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.